Okay, so now moving on, we're on wading. Always good fun, looks fantastic, great spectator sport, but potentially very damaging to the engine of the vehicle and the interior if you do get stuck in the water. So one of the main things we need to protect is the engine. How do we do that? Well, going the right speed through the water will help, but also trying to stop water ingress through the radiator into the engine bay. It'll reduce damage to the fans, electrical components, bearings, etc. This vehicle is fitted with the rugged guide winch and wade blanket. Now what else can we do to protect us? We've got a snorkel or a raised air intake. That's fine as long as all the other components in that system are all sealed up. So even if you fit a snorkel, make sure the entire air intake system is watertight. Keep the vents shut. You'd be surprised how many on a summer's day go wading, have the vents open. The air intake here for the fans, or for your cooling fans inside. Water can come up and go inside them, so take them over as well. Then the next thing, unless you're watching somebody else go through, if you're there, the first one there, at a water crossing, you've got to go in there and walk it. There's only one way you can do that, just go in, walk around with a stick, because in a place like this, you don't know what's in there. So Ed's just been in there checking the water. We're not just checking for rocks and stones, we're looking for this, how solid the base is, because obviously we don't want to drive in and our vehicle sink. Now, as you approach the water, we're going to be in low gearbox, second gear, diff lock engaged, terrain response probably on sand, snow and grass. And the idea is that we develop a bow wave. And what the bow wave does, it pushes the water in front of the vehicle, pushes it away from the sides, and it forms a vacuum around the engine bay and underneath it, keeping the engine dry. There's a lot of force on here, so you have to be consistent with the throttle. A lot of people actually get problems because they're in the water, they hit a bump, they back off the throttle, the bow wave drops, water comes up in the engine bay. So second gear, constant throttle, somewhere between 10 and 15 miles an hour, depending on the front of your vehicle, but keep it gradual into the water so you don't get that splash over, and then progressive all the way through the water until you get to the far end. So let's now go and put that into practice. So as you can see now, Ed's just going in second gear. Look at the bow wave, perfect shot of a bow wave, just keeping the water going, pushing it in front of the car. Now obviously getting stuck in a river, in a lake, etc., recovery is quite difficult. How will I get stuck? You could mount upon a rock, you could just lose momentum, you could stall it in the depth of the water, or you could get stuck in mud. Now, do I switch my engine off, do I not? Most of the time I would say keep the engine going if you can, keep the revs up, because otherwise if you switch off, water will backfill through the exhaust system and you might have a problem restarting it. So keep the revs up, keep it burgling away, and then just hope that some friendly soul will come back in with a good old tow rope and tow you out.